Saya tak boleh nak update dekat my portal lagi berkenaan due date. Rasanya due date ada letak dekat Telegram. So my email kena tak boleh masuk lah. The virus. Saya tak tahu you all boleh masuk tak sebab email saya pun tak boleh masuk.
Doktor, biasa kan doktor ada buka yang textbook punya tu kan. Boleh tak doktor share dekat Telegram juga? Yang e-book tu.
Okay. Share sekarang
Boleh? Terima kasih doktor.
Kalau you all nak yang nama? Saya nak presentation slide pun sebentar. In case you miss my class kan, you boleh tengok. Ataupun nak apa? Revision. Kita kelas ni saya tak buat final lah. Saya buat final assessment lah. Untuk kelas ni so, kita macam test jugalah kita buat. Hanya kita tak buat masa after kita akan buat final assessment tu during 14 weeks, so mungkin week of 14 tu kita akan buat the final assessment. Tu slide saya bagi sekali ya, slide in case itu nak buat revision ke. Ibu tu takes time because dia punya tu besar sikit. Tapi so, Telegram okey, dia tak berat sangat lagi. That's why I buat group dekat Telegram dia kekal lama. WhatsApp kalau saya delete je habis kamu tak dapat access. Okay. So today's topic is about this chapter 5. So saya akan play the slide dulu sebab this chapter is about leadership. We're going to cover maybe about 2 meetings. So hari ni dan besok. Kalau nampak di teori ni agak berat. So agak penting lah, berat dan penting. So it's important for you to understand this theory. I think it's better kalau I go slowly lah to understand this theory. Supaya kamu faham betul-betul. Dia ada sikit actually sama dengan apa yang belajar masa during management class sama je. So you basically bila you belajar management, you akan jumpa benda ni when you are in degree, you kat master, even PhD nanti you akan gunakan the same theory. Right? So advantage is bila you faham betul-betul this theory, it must easy, akan lebih mudah lah. It's easier for you to use this theory as part of your ataupun you implement your role as a manager in the future. Boleh gunalah this type of practical theory. You absorb the theory as part of your behavior bila you kerja nanti. I think it become more important when you are the HR manager lagi. So benda ni ada pada setiap orang. Even if you are a manager or not, but you still become a leader for your family, for your small team, and etc. So everyone can be a leader. That's why I need you to understand this theory. Okay, so I will going to play the video. Alamak, kenapa patah balik ni sekejap. Takut tak dengar. Saya kena share sekali lagi. Boleh nampak my slide?
Hey learners, welcome back to my another video. Today in this video, we are going to talk about the theories of leadership. So without wasting more time, let's jump into the video. Leadership theories are schools of thought which brought forward to explain how and why certain individuals become leaders. Leadership theories emphasize the traits and behaviors that individuals can adopt to boost their own leadership abilities. Basically, we have 5 different leadership theories. What are they? First, great man theory. Second, trait theory. Third, contingency theory. Fourth, situational theory. And last, behavioral theory. Now, let us see all these theories in detail. Great man theory. According to the great man theory, which should perhaps be called the great person theory. According to this theory, leaders are born with just the right traits and abilities for leading. According to this theory, leaders have different skills such as they have charisma, they are intellect, they are confident, they have great communication skills and social skills. This theory suggests that the ability to lead is inherent. This theory focuses on the point that the best leaders are born, not made. The term great man was adopted at the time because leadership was reserved for males, especially in military leadership. So basically here we can conclude great man theory is based on the beliefs that leaders are exceptional people who are born as a leader, not made. Next theory we have trait theory. The trait theory is basically concerned with an interfering personality traits of a leader. This theory suggests that leaders differ from followers with respect to a small number of key traits, and these traits remain unchanged across time. Scholars researching the trait theory try to identify leadership characteristics from different perspectives. They focus on the psychological attributes such as appearance, weight, and height. They focus on demographics such as age, education, and family background, and intelligence. Hence, according to trait theory, people are born with certain characteristics which make them a leader. Their intelligence, level of energy and activity, their education, age, weight, height, their family background, task-relevant knowledge, and so on. Next, we have contingency theory. The contingency theory emphasizes different variables in a specific setting that determine the style of leadership which best suit in a situation. It is founded on a principle that not a single leadership style is applicable to all situations. According to famous leadership researchers, Hodgson and White, they believe that the best form of leadership is one that finds the perfect balance between behavior, needs, and context. According to them, good leaders not only possess the right qualities, but they are also able to evaluate the need of their followers and the situation at hand. In summary, we can say The contingency theory suggests that great leadership is a combination of many key variables. According to situational theory, the situational theory is similar to contingency theory, as it also posits that not a single leadership style can be applied in all situations. As its name suggests, the theory implies that leadership depends on the situation at hand. In simple words, we can say leaders should always correspond their leadership to the respective situation by assessing certain variables such as type of task, nature of followers, and more. Hence, this theory say a good situational leader is one who can quickly change leadership style as the situation changes. The best action of the leader depends on a range of situational factors. Next, we have behavioral theory. In behavioral theory, the focus is on the specific behaviors and actions of leaders rather than their traits or characteristics. Behavioral theory suggests that effective leadership is the result of many learned skills. According to behavioral theory, individuals need three basic skills to lead their followers. What are they? Technical skill, human skill, and conceptual skill. Here, technical skills refers to a leader's knowledge of the process or technique, whereas human skills means that one is able to interact with other individuals, while conceptual skill enable the leader to come up with ideas for running the organization or society smoothly. So here we completed the leadership theory. Let's have a quick revision on all these leadership theories. First, we have great man theory, which say that leaders are born, not made. Second, we have trait theory, which say that there are certain characteristics which make a leader. Third, we have contingency theory, which say good leaders not only possess the right qualities, but they are also able to evaluate the need of their followers. According to situational theory, a leader should have the art to take decisions differently in different situations. They should know the art of adopting different leadership styles in different situations, because in every situation only one leadership style is not going to work. So in a different situation, a leader should know how to take different actions and different leadership styles. And last theory we have seen behavioral theory, where behavioral theory focus on a point that a leader, or you can say an individual, to become a leader should have basic three skills. What are they? They should have technical skill, they should have human skill, they should have conceptual skill, and so on. So with this we have completed today's lesson. I hope you liked the video. If yes, then don't forget to give a thumb up and subscribe my channel if you want to get notified with my latest updates.
Okay, saya lupa panggil attendance. Saya panggil attendance sekejap. Dah faham tak video tadi? Nak bagi you refresh balik, because most of you ada basic in management. So do you have I call your name? Afifah Atira,
Saya, Doktor.
Aiman Nur Afrina,
Saya, Doktor.
Ain Zahin Fariza,
Ada, Doktor.
Anis Amira,
Saya Doktor.
Anis Syamimi,
Saya, Doktor.
Asma Nuha,
Saya Doktor.
Auni Adlina,
Saya Doktor.
Dia Aizat,
Saya, Doktor.
Fatin Nuzulaika,
Ada Doktor.
Intan Nur Syafika,
Ada, Doktor.
Izzian Aiza,
Saya Doktor.
Khairunisa Husna,
Saya Doktor.
Muhammad Hafizul Aiman. Muhammad Azim.
Saya doktor.
Muhammad Daniel. Tiga raya kot. Muhammad Mukri.
Saya doktor.
Muhammad Syahir.
Ada doktor.
Nazirah.
Saya doktor.
Nazirah. Natasha Raudah. Natasha. Nur Farah Suraya.
Saya doktor.
Nur Iriani. Nur Iriani. Nur Syahiba Maisarah.
Saya doktor.
Nur Amira Aliza. Nur Amira Aliza. Nur Amirah Atirah.
Saya doktor.
Nur Atirah Ibrahim.
Saya doktor.
Nur Atirah Abdul Razak.
Saya doktor.
Nur Izayati Adli.
Saya doktor.
Nur Balkis. Nur Balkis. Nur Farhanim.
Saya doktor.
Nur Hafizatul Laila.
Saya doktor.
Nur Humaira Anis. Humaira Anis. Nur Izyani. Iyani. Nur Irdina.
Saya doktor.
Nur Masdiana.
Saya doktor.
Nur Najihah.
Saya doktor.
Nur Quratul Ain.
Saya doktor.
Nur Rafini.
Saya doktor.
Nur Sabrina.
Ada doktor.
Nur Syahira. Nur Syafira.
Saya doktor.
Nur Zulaika.
Saya doktor.
Nur Ain Najwa.
Saya doktor.
Nur Syafinas.
Saya doktor.
Nur Adlina.
Saya doktor.
Nur Aina Najwa.
Saya doktor.
Nurul Balkis.
Saya doktor.
Nurul Izzati Syarudin.
Saya doktor.
Nurul Izzati Fatil.
Saya doktor.
Nurul Kainunisa.
Saya doktor.
Nurul Hafizah.
Doktor.
Putri Nur Fatihah. Putri
Ya doktor.
Haja Nur Kaisyah Zahra.
Saya doktor.
Saiful Ridwan. Saiful. Siti Khadijah. Mia Sarah.
Saya doktor.
Siti Nur Balkis. Siti Nur Ain. Natasha. Adakah? Ada. Saya tak nampak je. Kena besarkan sekali. Siti Nurhanisa. Suzy Laika.
Saya doktor.
Tengku Nur Ashikin.
Saya doktor.
Wan Muhammad Farhan.
Saya doktor.
And then we have Khairul Nisa. Aminuddin.
Saya doktor.
Muhammad Haikal.
Saya doktor.
Muhammad Aiman Syahiran.
Saya doktor.
Muhammad Akil Zuliza.
Saya doktor.
Muhammad Fitri. Akil, kamu dekat tempat makan ke? Jamu raya ke?
Ya.
Tak apa, kamu tengok video nanti. Kamu boleh skip lah tengok video. Nanti saya bagi link video.
Jap, doktor.
Pergi makan.
Okay, doktor.
Pergi makan.
Ha?
Pergi makan dulu. Hang masuk kelas.
Okay, baik doktor.
Muhammad Amirul Fitri. Amirul Fitri. Nur Akilah.
Ada doktor.
Rahiman Arif.
Ada doktor.
Muhammad Syafiq.
Saya doktor.
Nur Farhana.
Ada doktor.
Muhammad Amin Izzuddin.
Ada doktor.
Nur Izzati.
Ada doktor.
Aiman.
Ada doktor.
Yang ada dekat majlis boleh makan lah. Pergi makan dulu lah.
Baik doktor.
Okay. Mana tadi slide saya?
Doktor, Muhammad Hafiz Aiman ada?
Kamu yang extra ke yang dalam list ni? Muhammad?
Yang dalam nama, memang ada dalam nama. Muhammad Hafiz Aiman. Saya baru masuk lambat.
Doktor Nur
Hafiz
Iriani
Aiman.
ada.
Okay, siapa nama?
Nur Iriani.
Riani binti Sinik ni?
Ya.
Okay.
Thank you.
Saya Daniel Amir doktor.
Ini.
Hello, Dr. Charles.
Yes, your name?
Yeah, I know Uche Charles, but not in the list.
Alright. I will record your name, alright.
Okay, I put in comment section.
Doktor, saya Humaira doktor.
Humaira. Humaira.
Humaira Ainis.
Yes. Ada lagi? Alright, so today's topic, so basically we're going to understand about the theory, theory of leadership. So we have seen the video, and I'm going to explain a little bit detail on the each of the topic, and then we're going to try to understand what are differences between this theory, because this theory actually they are the foundations of the theory come from the great man theory, and after that they improve the theory from time to time, and then we found some of the theory are still being improved by many scholars. So we try to look on every aspect of the possibilities in order to make sure that the theory are fit to the organizations. So for the definitions of theory, so leadership basically is the ability to influence. To the definition. Definition of leadership is the ability to influence. Because when you become a leader, that means you must have a follower. You must have a follower. Even though a small group of people like a family, ataupun a soccer team, you need to have a leader, because you want to get the instruction for the leader in order to maintain the performance, in order to perform in the groups. So you must have someone who have knowledge, and also have the ability to control the team. So basically, leader is about the ability to influence. You must have this word, the ability to influence. Towards the achievement or vision or set of goal. And the theory comes from the Greatman theory. Greatman theory actually not in our syllabus. Our syllabus start with trade theory. One of the reason is it's very hard for us to uh, test the theory. For example, the Greatman theory, which believe that people are born to be a leader. Leader are born, leader are born. Mana dia dilahirkan lah. Someone, that means when people believe, this is what belief, it's belief, everything is about belief. When people believe that leader are born, so it's no point to train people to be a leader. So, for example, we have the Hitler, Dr. Mahathir, and because we can see that, for example, their families, for example, Dr. Mahathir and his son, they have different characteristics, different visions. So it's we cannot compare between Dr. Mahathir and his follower. So it's very hard follower to match in terms of the behavior of the Dr. Mahathir's behavior. So people can see the difference. People cannot find the similarities. Even though we can see some of them are the follower of Dr. Mahathir, but we cannot see, it's very hard to see the follower be able to absorb the behavior from the Dr. Mahathir, for example. So, and that's why people believe that leaders are born. So because they have a special characteristic than others, especially. For example, like Hitler, he managed to conquer half of Europe. I think the whole Europe. He managed to conquer the whole Europe with a small number of people, because Germany is not as big as Russia or USA, but he managed to at first win the war. Okay. So and because of the failure of these kind, not about the failure, because it's very hard to just to determine, but because if we want to develop a leader, so we must have you must find a better tools to train. We're looking for the tools to train our next leader, right? That's the important things. So just like today, like when you attend to my class, so we hope when you learn something from this, so at least you're going to understand that you can be trained to have this kind of leader when something like that. We hope in the future you can be one of the top leader ataupun leader in some of the companies. Right. Boleh faham tak sekarang? Do you understand at this point? And kalau tengok, we play back the video.
For
Tadi.
years, that situational theory.
Uh,
And last, great traits and abilities for leading. According to this theory, leaders have different skills such as
And kalau we look back on this theory, okay, he said about the great man theory, they have a charisma. They have the charisma, intellectual. They have confidence, good communication skill. So basically, great man theory actually. Kita boleh, we can learn because they have another theory because charismatic leader. And charismatic leader only, when we discuss about charismatic leader, only a few people we can refer to. For example, like Mahatma Gandhi yang popular lah, Napoleon, we have the Hitler, Stalin, and same goes to like Muhammad Rasulullah. And because they managed to conquer the world, they managed to become the top leader in during that time. So they must have this kind of leadership skill in order to control many people. For example, in India, they had a Mahatma Gandhi. So even he can a soft man, someone yang soft, but he still managed to control the mind of the people. So we must have the charismatic. So I think we're going to learn what is charismatic leader in other class. So basically, great men offer they have special characteristic yang it's very hard for us to copy, copy from his talented behavior or something like that. Boleh faham Ustaz ni? Great man theory. Kalau you ada masa, you can watch a movie Great Man Theory ke rasanya. Ada movie rasanya Great Man Theory. Siapa pernah tengok? Great Man Theory. Ada movie kali. Saya pun tak pernah tengok, tapi pernah tengok macam tu. Pernah tengok tak?
Tak.
Kamu tengok cerita Korea je kan? Cerita Korea kan? Pernah tengok. Great Man Theory movie. Saya ingat nama betul dia. Tak ingat. Dan movie. Okay, next. Okay. So, kita tengok the slide. Slide satu. Okay, so people always looking for the answers. So because of that, people looking for a better solution. So people look on the trait theory, because when we cannot determine the solution, to find the solution for the great man theory in order to produce a good leader. So people looking for another way. That is, people found the trait theories. Which means the trait theories focus on personal qualities and characteristics. I think there are similarities with the great man theory and the trait theories. Okay, when we look on the personal qualities and characteristics. So we look for a list of personality, social, physical, sama dia badan besar ke, big. So sometimes we believe apa dia? Someone who bigger ke smaller ke can be good leader. Ada tak? Do you believe? Which one do you believe? Someone who taller or shorter can be a good leader.
Taller, bigger.
Taller kan? Someone who have good education ke or less education? Can be a good leader. Which one?
Good education.
Okay. Someone who have white skin ke black or brown skin?
White.
I don't know where you learn of this, tapi you still believe on this matter, kan? Sekolah tak pernah ajar apa kan? All this example. Okay. Even though you did not learn any of these attribute, ataupun you didn't learn anything, but we from the social activities, we believe that these are characteristics to make a good leader. These are list of characteristics. So we believe that what people can be a good leader. We believe that people have more education can be a good leader. We believe that people who are taller, who are physically bigger, can be a good leader. That's why kalau kita conduct a small team whatsoever, kita akan tengok siapa badan besar, call dia leader lah. Atau man or woman can be a good leader. Which one? Man ke woman? So we also believe that some people believe that men can be a better leader than women. So mana list karakteristik? Kita list down, tengok tak ya. So trait theory is mana list dia? So we people who have this kind of characteristic. For example, they are more intelligent, self-confident, determination, banyak lagi integrity, sociability. So we have so many characteristics that can be referred to the trait leadership. The problem of this trait theory is ni banyak ni kat sini banyak. So again tengok sini banyak tapi tak boleh besarkan. So it can based on psychological trait, it based on apa ni? Tak nampak based on I think demographic characteristic, personality trait, intellectual trait. So dah banyak gender, religion, based on there's so many characteristic have been listed. And so the biggest issue is we cannot find the exact answer. We cannot find the exact answer. Same problem with the great man theory. Okay. But even if we don't have the exact answer, but people still believe on this theory. That's why if you be looking for social partner, normally kita akan looking for macam woman, dia akan looking for man yang lebih besar untuk jadi partner dia, yang lebih kaya, yang lebih apa lagi? Questions? Soalan? So you boleh Google numbers of characteristics. I dengar lah one people in banks, banking system, they're always looking people yang taller, bigger, to be their staff, because they are used to believe that that kind of characteristic ataupun apa nama tadi, I don't know, mungkin they believe that this kind of trait theory is part of the, can assume to be true, assume to be true. That's why in the interview, ni tips lah. During interview, make sure woman yang rendah tu, yang rendah-rendah kan. Siapa sini yang consider dia rendah? Ni ada tak? Consider dia kira rendah lah, tak tinggi kan. So make sure pakai high heel lah pergi interview. Men bersama pakai kasut tinggi. Because you want to look superior. That kita nak first impression tu yang positif. Dia tak nak first impression tu yang negatif. Even though this of it's a failed theory, but people still believe on it. Okay? Questions? That's good. I think you guys dah belajar. Tak nak pergi. Okay, another trait that maybe indicate effective leadership is the emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence ni baru lagi in our. Nak dengar tak emotional? Emotional intelligence is EQ, is the ability to understand, use and manage your own emotions in positive way to relieve stress, communicative effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges and diffuse conflict. Sebenarnya baca one of the articles about this emotional intelligence. The US Army, because the US Army, they have problem when after the war, many of them become orang kata crazy lah, mainly psychologically not fit to live in society after the war. Kan? For example, kalau kamu pergi be able to travel in the US kan, dia akan jumpa yang tua-tua tu, dia akan duduk merempat di tepi jalan, dia become homeless, and dia look like a soldier, and soldier who live in live like soldier lah, tidur merata di jalan something like that. And they have not the emotions are not fit to live in to fit like a normal society, normal people lah. And same goes to the those army who get involved in Iraqi war. And so they found they have similar symptoms of this. Pernah dengar tak cerita ni? Satu main ni. Ditekan kot ya. Tak sedar. Pernah dengar tak cerita this kind story, emotional intelligence? For US. Nampak ni ni isu dia. Nampak ni. Emotional intelligence is particularly important in army leadership because army leaders perform to act leading in a volatile and high stress situation. So US Army they kaji they investigate what are the solutions. So the best solution is before you become an army in US Army, so you need to pass this emotional intelligence. Kalau you nak baca lebih, boleh tengok. Okay. I don't know Malaysian Army. I have no idea. Kalau you ada story on that, you can share with us about this. Siapa yang group saya ni yang buka kamera sekejap? Alah, seorang je buka kamera kan. Ini minggu ke-3 kan. Ini number. Tak sempat berkenalan pula.
Doktor, nak tanya pasal assignment tu sikit boleh tak? Yang
Yes.
assignment tu kan yang reference tu kena letak kat bawah ke? Maksudnya dekat dalam yang kita jawab tu kena letak refreshing juga ke tak payah? Citation juga ke tak payah?
Taklah kat at the end of the paper tu.
Oh, at the end je lah.
At the end je.
So dekat jawapan tu tak perlu letak citation tu?
Tak boleh lah.
Oh, baik. Terima kasih doktor.
Okay, siapa ni? Nol Hafizatul Laila, open your camera. Nol Humaira, Indiani, Edina. Nak kenalan jap. Nukhuratul Ain, Rafini, Izzati, Sabrina, Nur Syahira. Apa khabar Nukhuratul Ain? Makan belum? Makan belum?
Dah.
Ya. Where are you from?
Kedah.
Kedah. Which part? Kedah.
Bidung.
Bidung. Okay, good. Apa special bidung? Ada kena makan sedap kan situ kan? I don't know. Lama tak pergi. Okay, Mas
Tak ada
Diana.
baju apa.
Apa dia?
Tak ada apa yang special pun.
Dia kata kat Tafilat tu ada kedai best. I don't know Mr. Tafilat. Sebab ada saudara saya yang ada buka kedai makan dekat Tafilat Bidung, dia kata. I don't know which part Bidung. Okay, next Mas Diana. Where are you from? Where are you from?
Saya dari KL je.
KL je. Dia tak datang majlis ke?
Tak, malas.
Tak suka kan? Suka makan. Diet tu. Diet. Okay. Which part of KL?
Saya duduk dekat area Batu Muda.
Batu Muda? Tak dengar Batu Muda.
Dekat dengan Sentul.
Sentul. Okay. Kampung Cubadak ke dekat?
Dekat dah juga.
Tempat saya ronda-ronda masa muda-muda tu kan, Kampung Cubadak tu.
Yelah, bapak saya pun dulu suka kat di situ.
Okay. Najihah, Ustazah Najihah. Ustazah. Selalu Najihah ni Ustazah je nama ni. Jarang saya jumpa bukan Ustazah. Ya. Najihah.
Doktor.
Where are you from?
Johor.
Johor. Which part?
Pasir Gudang.
Lumba Haram Lumba Haram. Pasir Gudang
Tak.
Pasir Gudang. Okay, good. Apa yang best Pasir Gudang?
Tak ada yang menarik. Kilang je lah banyak.
Ya. Yang kes apa nama you guys kena tak yang kes itu yang apa? Problem di apa nama? Atmosphere yang apa? Bad apa nama? Bad udara yang apa?
Yang kebakaran terbuka kat Pasir Gudang tu ke doktor?
Kan yang budak sekolah ramai kena bau busuk tu yang apa?
Kim.
Kan Pasir Gudang kan?
Doktor Pasir Gudang.
Kamu tak kena?
Tak, alhamdulillah tak kena lah.
Umi kan? Dia orang tak kena. Apa this factory owners tak kena finalize. Gila je. Dia mention government gila kan. Kalau negara masalah dia kena mati dah kilang tu, kena tutup kan. Kena saman berjuta lah kalau kat negara maju kan. Ini selamba ya dia boleh survive lagi kan. Tak faham tu. Bayangkan budak sekolah hampir habis school kena tu kan. Sebab saya pernah tinggal di kawasan macam kat Puchong kan. Macam tu kat dia punya bau gila. Tak boleh tidur malam. Okay, next. Tadi siapa? Rafini. Rafini. Where are you from, Rafini?
Lostar Kedah, doktor.
Lostar. Okay. Pandai buat laksa Kedah.
Tak hati.
Gulai pandai lah, gulai kan. Okay. Nampak tak saya?
Nampak betul.
Saya naik. Okay, Najihah dan Rafini Kedah. Kemudian Hafizatul Laila.
Ya doktor.
Where are you from?
Selangor.
Kat mana Selangor tu? Which part?
Kajang.
Macam
Hmm.
sate kajang lah. Sama orang sate kajang, Abizatul Laila. Eh? Your mother pandai buat ke? Kan you meniaga sate kajang?
Tak, masa tak tahu sate kajang. Saya baru je duduk kajang.
Ya. Naik train je you naik train bagi mother. Sekarang ada MRT kan?
Ada.
MRT kan. You boleh drop dekat MRT tu jumpa sate kajang. So Abizatul Laila boleh belanja lah. Okay, Najia. Sabrina? Where are you from?
Dari Skudai, Johor.
Jauh ni. So dengan Skudai takut je.
Kenapa?
Sebab my experience bila dulu lah masa I was in school. Yeah, I send my brother to UTM Skudai lah, UTM. So bapak punya jauhnya dengan ni kan. Sampai sekarang tak nak pergi lah. Tak tahu lah. Lepas tu bila I macam tak suka pergi Johor, at the end saya belajar kat ITM Segamat. ITM Segamat kan, Johor juga. Saya duduk dalam 3 years lah. Sudah dekat JB lah, right?
Betul-betul.
Okay. Welcome to my class. Ada lagi? 4 orang je? Tak nampak 4 orang. Kekal macam ni 6 orang jangan lari tau, jangan lari. Okay, continue with our study. Mana saya punya slide? Ni dah belajar lah chapter ni masa diploma, masa first semester, right? Belajar tak? Belajar dah kan? Leadership theory, first semester. Management, dah kan? Oh, saya laju kan boleh Boleh saya laju kan? Bosan kan betul tak? Belajar lagi Bosan kan? Bisa tu dah bosan dia tak ada yang sama. Okay. Mana lagi? Oh, next. Okay, behavior theory. What are difference? Saya akan tanya kamu, what are differences between this theory je to make sure you understand the theory, So what are differences between behavior theory and the trait theory? What beza dia? So behavior theory, they're looking on behavior. Remember, trait theory looking for characteristic. Trait theory looking for the characteristics or the personality. Itu tengok. Okay, so because it's a failure, lah, tak ada cakap failure ke tak? Because it's very hard for us to determine. Orang yang sikap macam ni, kita pernah jumpa people yang pandai, tapi bila kerja dia tak ada jadi leader sometimes. Right? So we can find people yang tinggi. People yang tinggi, sometimes they are taller. Sometimes they cannot be a good leader. Sometimes can be good leader, sometimes cannot be a good leader. So we can find, so it's very hard for us to find the solutions. So it's very hard for us to find the characteristic for us to train the other employees to be good leaders. Sebab kita cannot find a good answer for this. So because of this, people looking for another solutions. That is, we looking for the behavior. Instead of looking for the characteristics, we looking for the behavior. So there are two kinds of behavior that mostly easy for us to determine. Is we look for the initiating structure and consideration. This was introduced by the Ohio State Studies. Ohio State Studies tak siapa lah, I don't know, student kat US kot lah kan, kat Ohio State kot kan. So they found two common behavior yang senang, it's easy for them to find the solution, to find the answer. The common behavior is first initiating structure, Second is consideration. Faham tak ni, Sabrina? Faham tak? Kalau trait
Faham,
kita tengok apa? Kalau trait kita tengok apa? Kalau trait kita tengok apa? Solution dia. Trait theory. You looking for? Sabrina, kita tengok apa Sabrina? Kalau trait theory, we looking for apa?
Ohio study.
No. Trait theory. Trait theory, what are the answer for the trait theory is, we looking for characteristic. Kan? Kita tengok Sabrina ni tinggi ke rendah, besar ke kecil, pandai ke tidak, karakteristik, right? We looking for you cerdik ke tak? Apa lagi? Bijak ke tak? Misalnya dia lah. We looking for your characteristic, personal characteristic. Faham Mas Diana? Mas Diana, faham tak? Trait theory looking for personal characteristic. Right? Tengok kamu pakai tudung ke tak? Kalau pakai tudung can be good leader. Contoh dia. Ataupun apa lagi? Kalau masih ada tinggi, you are taller than the rest of it. So Mas Diana can be a good leader. This is a belief. This is characteristic. Sampai kita apa lagi? Banyak lagi lah karakteristik. Karakteristik ni banyak. Hundreds of, we can list hundreds of these characteristics. But the behavior theory, they're looking on behavior. Behavior is not the same like characteristics. Behavior ni apa dia? Sikap kita. Behavior ni sikap apa? Attitude. It's more like attitude. Behavior is the action, perangai kita. Perangai kita. Commonly, perangai ni maksud dia habit. What are the action? Itu maksud behavior. Behavior. Setiap pagi saya akan makan ice cream. It's behavior. Mas Diana pagi-pagi bangun tidur makan ice cream. Itu behavior. Tak ada kaitan dengan Mas Diana ni tinggi ke rendah, apa semua tak. Itu behavior, perangai dia. Najihah pagi-pagi mesti makan nasi. Baru dia rasa, dia mesti rasa kenyang. Dia kalau makan roti apa semua tak boleh, dia tak kenyang. Dia jenis budak orang kampung ni, orang kampung mesti makan nasi pagi-pagi. Tak Najihah? Contoh ya. It's a behavior. So this behavior, mana definition dia? Initiating structure ni is, what is initiating structure? Ni initiating structure. So what is meant by initiating structure? Dah belajar kan dulu. What is meant by initiating structure? Najia, what is initiating structure? Tak ingat lah. Kerai dah gambar kan. Sabrina, what is initiating structure? Depan tu, boleh baca. Okay, we have two of behavior. First, initiating structure. Second, consideration. So what is initiating structure? So basic understanding of the initiating structure means leader, the behavior of the leader is he's always looking for high definition of role, task, expectation and schedule. Ataupun macam mana dia cakap? Initial structure basically means the leader are looking for the results. Maksud dia the results, result. Ni he believe what the importance of results. Results. So that means kalau kita tengok in our family, Sabrina, ada ayah, mak ayah ada lagi? Ada?
Ada.
Okey. Selalunya yang hari-hari cakap banyak siapa? Mak ke ayah? Mak. Ayah dia selalu tanya apa? Sikit-sikit je lah kan?
Banyak diam lah.
Dia hanya bagi duit, dia nak kita dapat good grade, itu je. Faham tak? Ayah kita kan? Dia tak tanya kamu makan ke belum, dah tidur dah, kenyang ke tak, jangan tanya. Yang tanya selalu mak kita. Betul? So ayah dia cakap apa? Ayah kita hanya tengok tukang sign report card ni, kan? Seminar balik dah 4 bulan sekali balik kampung, lepas balik asrama kan. Ni ayah report card, dia sign, oh bagus. Angkat tangan, angkat tangan bagus. Right? Bagus, itu je. So this means your father is someone who behave like initiating structure punya behavior. Those who look for all result orientations. Okay? Result orientation. Perkataan ini, perkataan, faham tak? So, initiating structure means someone who behave ataupun someone who look for result orientations. Boleh tak perkataan? Faham tak? Mas Diana? So faham tak? Initiating structure means people who look for ataupun leader who looks for result orientations. So basically dia tak kisah you sakit ke, you demam ke, dia tak peduli. As long you perform, it's good to him. Okay? Boleh Clear tak? Senang Mas Diana? Faham So result orientation is based on result. So dia boleh pecah lagi lah banyak And at extreme, dia kata sini, at extreme case, this will in fact are more like autocratic leadership. You all pernah belajar ke autocratic leadership? Faham tak? Ingat tak autocratic leadership? What is autocratic leadership? Najih nak tanya kerah dah. Sabrina, what is autocratic leadership?
Strict leadership. Strict leader.
Strict leader, someone yang who looks only for the task, okay? Who need someone yang perform, right? Kita need someone yang perform.
advice from people.
Yes, good. Okay, so that means they are they have the power on it. They use their power to make sure you are performing. That is this autocratic leadership. They're less tolerant on the people, less tolerant on the people. And compared to the consideration behavior, the second one, okay, consideration, right? They are more human. The leader become more, they have more human behavior. I mean, yang willing to listen to the people, willing to listen to the problem of the employees. Okay, so like your mother lah, yang always give you motivation. Oh, you cannot perform, tak apa. Okay, it's okay. My mother said, it's okay. You can do it again. Tak apa, you can doing well in the future. They give you motivation. Macam tu lah. Give you support. And always something like that. So that's why you look on this data, listening to the team, treating people well, providing support. And you're supportive, embracing the welfare of the employees. Maksud dia concern, dia ada human factor tu sangat tinggi. That's why normally mother lah, or mother, they have this kind of behavior. Right? Questions? Dah faham tak ni? Kalau tak ni, what are the differences between initial structure and considerations? Siapa nak jawab? Kalau betul boleh kita go the next one. Anyone? What are the differences between initiative structure and considerations? Tunduk je. Mas Diana, tunduk sangat. Apa beza dia? Initiative structure and considerations.
Initiating structure tu leader yang looking for result orientation, more strict.
Okay.
Consideration tu boleh kira macam boleh nego lah, yang human macam tu.
Alright, good. Okay. Boleh simple lah. So, and when people want to implement this kind of behavior, either you want to be or you have more initial structure or more consideration, you have to look on, depend on society actually. Kalau you tengok based on the study ni, dia kata, in Brazil, Brazilian employee, the values of the US major leading team meet the team orientation participating. Some group they require consideration behavior. Some team they are looking for macam family kita lah. Kenapa father behave like structure? Kenapa mother behave like consideration? Because the team need this kind of leadership. Bayangkan in the society, bayangkan your family, dua-dua your mother and parent, dua-dua mother and father work, behave like initial structure. I ingat masak you all kan, terpaksa work really hard to meet the your father's mother's punya demand on result, something like that. That's why I think it's a balance when you have this kind of behavior. And I think like in the society also, um, when we apa nama, in society, sometimes we meet people, we have a leader who are more in consideration behavior. Sometimes we have like someone who have more task orientation ataupun initiative structure behavior. So so it seems like this behavior be able to answer some of the questions in the trait theories. Some question in trait theories. But after time to time, people start to question, and sometimes people start to question when, because in the society, when we have a leader, we also have a follower. Betul tak? Kan? Macam a family, we have a leader, father and mother is the leader, and kids and children become a follower, right? And we look on the next one, because we found that behavior theory cannot answer all the questions. So people start to question, then what if the the situations is not meet the they don't meet the environments. They meet the environment ataupun the demand on the environment. For example, dia kata the fit legacy model, dia kata effective group performance depend on the proper mesh between leader style and the degree to which situation give control to the leader. Okay. So kita tengok dia punya teori ni, what are the issue raised by the Fiedler, kita tengok. So that means the government and the organizations can perform well if the leader behavior are matched to the needs of the situations. Contoh dia, during wars, peperangan, is it better to use initiative structure or to use the consideration structure? During wars. So kalau we look back on the wars, takkan leader tu dalam waktu perang kan, dia kata, oh you guys kalau tak nak ikut cakap leader tak apa, kita orang okey je, boleh macam tu. Tak boleh. Dalam perang, situation perang, normally we looking for result. You tak ikut perintah, mati. Macam tu lah. Kan? Kita cakap dengan musuh kan, sebenarnya kan. So there is no consideration. So that's why I cakap macam pelik lah. People are discussing on the Ukraine war sekarang kan. Orang kata, we should behave during war. Nak behave apa during war? Kan? War is crime. War ni benda yang memang bunuh orang. Of course dia memang tak bagus kan. There is no consideration. You nak find leader yang consideration. Tidak. Kan? People should be consideration, use consideration behavior during war. Tak ada lah kan. Mana ada. War is crime kan. Benda tu kan. You takkan menang kalau you pakai sistem macam tu kan. Tak apa, kita orang okey je. You tak nak ikut cakap begitu pun tak apa. Mana ada kan. During war, everything is using initial structure or behavior. You need to find the good result, best result in order to win the war. Okay, so what are the situation tadi? Okay, leader tadi, mana contingency dia tadi? Sekejap. Okay, teori ni pening sikit. Teori ni pening sikit. I don't know what are lecturer you ajar sebelum ni. It's quite pening sikit. Dia kata, ingat yang these two behavior tadi kita mesti guna sambung cerita behavior theory mesti sambung behavior theory dalam this theory. Okay. Okay. Sama ada leader, he want to perform, ni teori Fiedler theory Fiedler, faham Fiedler theory. If you want to perform initiative structure or consideration, it depend on situation. Tengok it depend on situation. Dalam ni dia ada syarat tambahan. Fiedler kata, kalau kamu nak leader tu nak bersikap initiative structure ataupun consideration, dia kena tengok dulu syarat-syarat situation dia. Dia kena tengok dulu situasi. Dia kena tengok situasi dulu. Baru dia boleh sikap macam tu. Ini syarat dia. Syarat yang pertama apa dia? Kena tengok task orientation. Saya terang apa itu task orientation. Kena tengok task orientation. Syarat kedua, assume leader style is fixed. Syarat dia. Okay. Okay, ini based on questionnaire. Dia questionnaire ni, dia based pada ni sebenarnya. Okay, pertama kita akan tengok situation itu tadi. Leaders member relation. Okay? Saya tunjuk kat sini ya. Teori ni pening sikit. Kalau kamu dengar betul-betul. Allah, satu besar pula. Kita nak set alamat mana tadi. Tengok ke atas ni ya. Tengok syarat pertama. Leader-member relation. Kalau leader tadi berurusan dengan orang yang highly confidence, trust and respect. Based on confidence, trust and respect. Okay. Ni contoh dia, tengok diagram dia. You faham tak? You cannot understand your hand. I will explain again. If you are trusted people, macam our family, our parent, okay. Izzati, are you the eldest ke? Paling sulung ke? Siapa sini sulung? Sabrina, mau apa? Sulung? Eldest?
Yeah, eldest.
Okay. So you yang orang yang paling, biasanya yang sulung, normally your family trust you. Okay, trust kamu have high trust, confident tinggi pada anak sulung ni untuk kontrol anak-adik semua. Betul? Betul tak?
Betul.
So betul. So that means you are favorable. You are someone yang favorable. Dia sukalah favorable. So because of these favorable persons, so normally people leader are more on task, apa nama? Ya. So when leader members are good in conditions, they are more looking for relationship orientation. Relationship orientation. Relationship orientation. Because you are more favorable, they are more looking for condition. If you are in poor conditions, there will be task orientations. Task orientation. Task oriented lah. So maksudnya your parents Tapi lenient with you sebab you are someone yang trusted. So dia tak akan tanya hari-hari, Sabrina you belajar ke, you ni ke tak? Orang tak akan tanya, leader tak akan tanya. Sebab you are trusted people. Dia tahu you can perform well, dia tahu you can do well. Okay? Because you are someone trusted. So jarang we find leader akan tanya hari-hari. Tapi if you are not trusted people, not in good relationship with the leader, so leader normally akan become initiating structure, akan become task oriented structure. Task oriented maksud dia macam initiating structure lah. Dia always tanya, dia give you more looking for result. So dia fear is you are not performing because they have no relationship with you, so they are less trusted with you. So they hope you can perform by asking a lot of questions atau a lot frequently ask question with you. Sampai. Okay. Next one. Sometimes it's because of the task structure. Task structure. For example, baru ni saya bagi, ingat baru ni I give you the assessment. Right. I give the assessment, right? Semua aware tak the assessment and assessment 1? Okay, the assessment 1. If the assessment is too complicated, so if the task is complicated, you need a leader yang in task orientation ke consideration. You nak leader je. Okay. So the question is, if the task is favorable to you, favorability macam task tu senang, kan? Apa semua, okay? So do you need someone who task orientation ke tak? Dia perlu tak dia selalu bertanya pada leader apa? Tak perlu kan. Kalau task tu senang, tapi tak perlu tanya. Dia tak perlu bos you cakap, dia dah buat belum? Dia siap belum? Tak perlu. Kalau task tu senang. Tapi kalau task tu susah, apa sebagainya, so you need someone who always, sebab to check sama ada you can do or not. Okay. Same goes to the position power, sama juga. If you unable to control people, someone yang senang kita control, normally we look for leader yang consideration, kan? Macam orang highly trusted, kan? Highly trusted, kan? Highly trusted people. So kita tak perlu task oriented leader. Sebab kita senang control orang tu. Tapi kalau tengok orang yang susah dikawal ni, normally kita orang nak leader yang macam askar tu control. Kan? Nak supaya senang nak control. Kan? Kalau kita orang yang susah kita nak control. So that's why this situation, so leader need to behave, bukan need to behave lah. We put a leader dalam environment tu yang betul, yang sesuai, yang sesuai dalam tu. Sebab apa dalam ni dia kata assume leadership style is fixed. Assume leadership style is fixed. So maksud dia leader ni dia tak boleh berubah perangai dia. Kalau Qurantan ini jenis orang yang consideration, kalau tempat tu tak sesuai, kita buang Qurantan ini, ganti Rafini yang lebih task orientation. Yang sesuai, ganti. Untuk fit situasi tu. Macam tu sebab dia ada assumption, leadership style is fixed. Leadership style is fixed maksud dia, memang betul pun, jarang orang boleh ubah perangai. It's very hard people to change their behavior. Boleh tak our parent, bapa bersikap macam mak, mak bersikap macam bapa, boleh tak? Tak boleh. I don't think so. So that's why dalam this theory say, assume leadership style is fixed. Maksud dia, if Qurantan ini someone who consideration leadership, he always be considerations. And Rafini, who likes to be task orientation ataupun initiative structure leadership, he always be in that kind of behavior. Okay, so that means if the situation needs someone who like Rafini, ambil Rafini duduk situ. Kalau Rafini tak sesuai on that situation, ganti dengan Qurantan ini. Okay, something like that lah. Because we assume that the system is fixed. So if you are a manager or HR manager in some if you are HR manager, tengok betul-betul the environment ataupun the situation in that unit, in that department. Which kind of leader yang sesuai kat situ. Jangan silap letak. Bila silap letak, hancur department tu. Right. Okay. Questions? Okay. Boleh teruskan lagi. Kita ada habis masa. Satu lagi. Questions? Kita tengok detail lagi on Fitler ni. Ada yang maklumat lain Fitler. Saya tertinggal ke apa kan. Sebab masa we have only about 10 minutes. teori ni agak pening sikit. Kat sini dia kata, Philip argue that it's difficult to change how you lead. Nampak kat sini It's difficult to argue that it's difficult to change how you lead. So that means we as the leader hardly change our behavior. Kita kejap nak jadi consideration, kejap nak jadi initial structure punya behavior. No. Philip kata it's hard to change. So maksud dia almost impossible for us to change. Okay? So dia kata kat sini, leadership style, since it's formed through the one life experience, is incredibly difficult. It's not possible to change. Ini sama tadi For these reasons, Fiedler believe that the right leader must be chosen. Nampak kat sini Ini yang saya masukkan tadi For this reason, dia kata because of leader tadi, hard to change. Okay, hard to change the behavior. Dia kata for these reasons, Fiedler believe that the right leader must be chosen for each the job based on the skill sets. So maksud dari sini dia kata Fiedler kata if we must find the right leader untuk satu-satu situation. Keperluan situasi tu. Kalau one department, for example, you kata you pergi marketing department. Marketing department, for my experience never use consideration leadership. Kita tak pakai this consideration leadership. For my experience, saya pernah get involved dalam marketing and sales dalam 7-8 tahun. Saya tak pernah jumpa lagi, kalau jumpa leader yang menggunakan consideration, hancur department tu. Sebab apa? Tak apa Syahri, you tak perform, tak apa, besok you boleh perform. Tak ada leader dalam marketing macam tu. Sebab marketing always looking for result orientations. So we need leader yang result oriented. Sebab apa? Sebab dia punya job tadi, kerja tadi, task oriented tadi kan dia kata tadi, one of the factor kita tengok is task oriented. Jenis kerja dia tu memang memerlukan leader yang task oriented. Kan? Task oriented. That's why kita kena choose the right one. The right leader must be chosen for its job based on the skill set and requirement of the situations. And in order to best match leader with situation, each leader must first understand the natural leadership style. So leader ni dia kena faham apa perangai dia. Kalau dia tak tahu dia ni consideration ke, initial structure ke, dia kena faham dulu. So macam kamu, kalau tak lain, kalau kamu orang yang consideration, jangan jadi leader dekat marketing. Jangan jadi leader dekat sales department. Kan? Tak sesuai. Macam tu. Kalau you nak jadi leader dekat manufacturing, production, dia tak sesuai pergi sana. Sebab apa? Production dengan kilang, dia must be task orientation. Sebab kat situ dia orang kejar production. Mesti kejar task orientation. Based on result. Dia tak perform hari ni, dia orang buang ni. Dia tak boleh manja-manja dengan leader kat situ. Tak boleh. Leader tak boleh manja dekat production, dekat sales department, tak boleh. Tak boleh nak baik-baik, tak boleh. Sebab the job ataupun task oriented tadi, sebab tadi dia kata based on task ni, task oriented leaders ni. Ni task structure tadi tak sesuai. Task structure tadi. Dalam sales tak boleh ada leader yang relationship oriented. Kita nak task oriented. Dalam manufacturing kita nak task oriented leader. Kita tak nak orang relationship leader. Tapi kalau dekat Taska kan, Hafiz tu Laila kan, ada buku Taska kan. So, yang mana sesuai? Kalau Taska, leadership orientation ke task orientation? Taska. Taska. Kindergarten. Yang mana leader yang sesuai?
Tas bukan ni?
Matilah budak-budak tu nanti ke task orientation. Matilah kau kerja kan. Mestilah leadership orientation. Tiap hari panggil sayang. Adik, baik kan? Leader macam tu. Panggil adik, baik, puji dia selalu. Tu relationship orientation. Right. Ya Sabrina. Contohnya kerja apa lagi? Kerja kerja apa lagi yang clear sikit. 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven apa ni, KFC lah, KFC. If we work in KFC, so we need which kind of leader? Result oriented ke, task oriented ke, relationship orientation?
Relationship.
Bagus. Baiknya kamu Jadi apa, ayam tak masak lah nanti. Mungkin kita perlu yang ayam tak masak. Sebab tak apa kan. Sabrina, you tak masak ayam tak apa. Bulan depan you masak ayam esok. Customer dah marah tu kan. Sebab tu KFC kan, dia punya leader kan marah bila customer tak ada kan. Memang kamu tak nak nampak kan. Sebab dia task oriented. Dia orang kejar production. Tak tahulah. Kalau pernah kerja KFC kan, bos baik kan? Sabrina, bos kamu baik kot. Kamu baik, okey lah. Tapi kalau to me, KFC ni is like manufacturing lah. Because they are always looking for numbers, figures to produce like burgers, chicken, banyak chicken they have to produce kan. They have to meet the demand time, masa yang diperlukan oleh customer, right? So they are highly task oriented. They highly task. Sangat-sangat depend on time dan suka production. To me, kalau to me lah, looking for task oriented leader to work. Dia tak boleh manja-manja dalam kat kitchen tu dengan bos tu, tak boleh manja-manja kan. Tak boleh panggil sayang-sayang kan. Tak apa sayang nanti tak apa, tak siap berlambat tak apa kan. Ayam 10 minit lagi kita masak. 20 minit kita tak apa, 20 minit pun. Kan semua mengamuk dekat depan kaunter kan. Right? Okay. I hope you can understand a little bit about 3 theories yang kita belajar hari ini. The first one is the great man theory, which we are looking for special leadership skill, special skill. For great men, great people lah. Great people ni always be looking like macam Mahatma Gandhi, Napoleon, Stalin, apa kita punya Rasulullah yang have. Siapa lagi yang terkenal lah. Okay. And then we have the trait theory, which looking for the trait, the characteristic of the personality, characteristic of the people or the personality, like tall, education, intelligent, macam-macam lah. And then we have the behavior theory. So behavior theory, we're looking for 2 theories. Kita belajar, the first one we call it initiating structure and the consideration. Sebenarnya ada satu lagi teori tapi kita tak belajar dalam ni. Okay, yang hampir sama. Okay. And then kita pergi lagi another level. We call it as contingency theory, and we look on the Fiedler theory. Fiedler, and Fiedler kata Fiedler kata kalau if leader nak to behave, they need to look on situations. What are the situation? Kita look on the mana dia tadi? We look on this 3 situation ni lah. The situation sama ada hubungan dia, structure dia ataupun power dia kuasa 3 ni. Okay. So kita akan sambung lagi besok on the situational theory. Dia faham tak, Rafini? Rafini, dia faham? Do you have any questions? Questions? Okay. Okay, tak ada. See you tomorrow. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Tak faham boleh mesej saya. Oh, saya nak stop share.